Greetings, Earthlings. Hey guys, it's your boy MKS again. Back here with another video. It took me a while to just try and think about what I want to say for this one, so apologies if I mumble a bit, but as usual. But I'll do my best to be coherent and all that sort of stuff. So I hope you can hear me, because someone who's working on a bathroom called Sam is doing is working on the bathroom next door. So and it's like, I don't think these walls are soundproof, so he might be drilling or doing stuff that making a bit of noise. So I hope you can be able to hear me, because I know I've got a bit of a quiet voice anyway. But I thought I'd crack on with my list. As I often say, I hope someone out there enjoys it. Before I go to sleep, I always try and think of a list of things I'm going to do the next day. Like, I always try and think of 30. I don't know why. I say it's just one of my weird patterns. Like, perhaps it's too many to take on, but anyway, I try and do that. But a lot of time, it's like counting sheep. It has the reverse effect. It like sort of sends me to sleep, and then I struggle. I really wanted to think of like my plans for the next day. But anyway, something I call a timeline as well. But maybe I'll make that for a video another day if people are interested in listening. Another thing I was thinking is I'd love to hear what your favourite music is. So for the intro, I can play some music before I speak, and that can be the little intro. I've seen it in one or two videos. I've seen it in one video, I think, one person's videos. He plays some music before he speaks. But if you want me to do that, please let me know. And if you put in requests of songs you want me to play in the background, I'll try and do that if I can. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling about that and go on to this. But yeah, please share your favourite songs, so I can perhaps play that in the background, or, as I say, at least for an intro. So getting on to point number 11, I hope to think about what I would change about the world, like if I was Prime Minister for a day or something like that. And I'd love other people to perhaps put in another thing, like if you can list your favourite songs, and stroke, or songs in plural, and stroke, or at least your favourite song, or as many as you can list, songs you like anyway, and then possibly your favourite as well, or your top 10 favourite or whatever songs, so I can play it. So I have a playlist I can play in the background from YouTube, like on the TV. But anyway, because I've got a smart home TV which can go to the internet, as some of you will notice from seeing my other videos. But anyway, so like, what would I change about the world? What would I change if I was Prime Minister? I'd love to hear what other people would change if you were like leader for a day, if you were Prime Minister or President, if you live in another country or whatever, President of the universe maybe even, or Prime Minister of the universe. Yeah, if you can share, like, as I say, your favourite songs, possibly a top 10 or whatever, top 20, top 30 even, or 100 even, or whatever. Maybe not, that's probably a bit too long. It would give me a long playlist, and also, like, what, as I say, what you would change about the world. Like, for instance, for me, I'd say everyone would have at least a half decent life. Everyone would be happy overall, at least, maybe not all the time, but that might be a bit boring, or you wouldn't appreciate it as much. But everyone would be happy overall. Everyone would have a house or a shelter enough to live on, enough to eat and drink and stay comfortable at least. But if you worked harder or you were smarter, you could still have like a mansion or whatever. Some people still have bigger houses than others, but everyone would at least have something. Like, if I could, I'd give everyone shelter, everyone enough to eat or drink, at least have a half decent life, and try to make sure everyone's healthy enough and things like that. I'm not saying I'm an angel, because I'm not, but I'd still do a lot of things that, whether you trust to believe me or not, I wish that God would give everyone at least enough to. But I suppose God gives you pretty well, and they say God only helps those who help themselves. So anyway, but yeah, I'd love to give everyone a house over their head, shelter, whatever, enough to eat, enough to drink, and possibly make sure everyone's at least a little bit healthy, and everyone has a life worth living at least. As I say, if you work harder or you do more, you'd still have more than others. But so I wouldn't tax billionaires or necessarily too much, or millionaires, or even that much. Or I'd have the lowest possible tax. I'd only have to tax, like, try and make sure that everyone has enough to eat and drink and things like that. So if I can find alternatives to tax, like lotteries or things where people choose to help each other, then I'd rather have that than it'd be forced. So I'd have the lowest possible tax rate, but I'd still want to find other ways. So if I had to have tax, I'd have that. Yeah, things I'd change about the world, as well as helping inventors and investors in Africa, Asia, and indigenous communities, the Native Americans and the Aborigines, which I was talking about, Maoris and people like that. So yeah, to help them to become inventors and support the ones that are inventors. I've seen a few YouTube videos about African inventors and Asian inventors and things like that, but also obviously like Native American, I'd say, not just for America itself, but from all of the Americas. As I say, for some reason I put it in quotation marks, but anyway, the Americas. But yeah, so I support Indigenous people from the fours I often talk about if you refer to my previous videos. But yeah, that kind of thing. 12, I hope to like, as I often talk about, like Thursday is a day I like to meet deadlines or think of goals and think about plans for the future, think plans for like the month ahead or even year ahead or next year or whatever, or at least the week ahead, or at least the rest of the week or whatever. As many plans as I can get round to. A lot of time I take too much on, and I struggle with writer's block and things like that. So whatever I don't do in one day, I could perhaps do ASAP. But these are sort of my goals, like to make the world a better place, to inspire and encourage and motivate people and things like that. Maybe I'll do a Movember as well, where I don't shave my beard. So that's a strange sort of thing that people do to raise money for charity and things like that. But yeah, I'd love to support me as I can, like inspire and motivate and encourage people. Again, to encourage, like say, dyslexic people set their own YouTube channels up and people learn disabilities or disabilities generally, and that sort of thing. Yeah, so inspiring and motivating and encouraging people. As I say, 13, I'm sorry for repeating myself, I know I do a lot, but to say 13 is a number I see as unlucky, again, a biblical number. I'll say again, because if you check my last video, you would see that I said about number 7, I see is quite lucky, even though I throw equal numbers. But I'm not really an equalist, so perhaps I should throw numbers. But anyway, so like think about, as I said before, it's like 21st, so think about some of my regrets or negative things as well. Although I don't want to dwell too much on negative things, but again, things I think are negative about the world or things outside. I think it's a yin and a yang as well. You can't always possibly look at the positive, and I think you should take some time to look at the positive. But unfortunately, there's also negatives, but they make the world kind of interesting. I was thinking as well, like I'm not sure if I would get rid of all the negative things or things like that, because I think they make the world interesting, but still want everyone to have a life worth living. That's the main thing I think about. I suppose. 14, hope to look at solving problems and possibly more positive memories and things like that. Yeah, looking at problems around the world like water shortages, how I can fundraise perhaps to raise money for water shortages. I might repeat some of these points. But yeah, so to solve problems like poverty, possibly climate change. I know some people believe that's a myth, but to look at how to solve these problems. And I talked before about dyslexia, and dyslexic people can be really good at solving problems. And like people with neurodiversity, learning disabilities and stuff like that. And also like just generally solving problems and working together. Oh yeah, and I was going to say, that's what I nearly forgot. Like YouTube could be used for people with dyslexia who can't get jobs, as I've talked about before, in other areas. Maybe like dyslexic people could support each other on YouTube to make a career, so that dyslexic people at least have something we can do to make us proud, or something to do as a career, and talk about dyslexia and stuff like that. I was thinking that I probably only want to talk about dyslexia in October, because that's Dyslexia Awareness Month, or possibly my birth month, which is August. Sorry. But yeah, like it could be a way to support each other in terms of a career opportunity. Whereas 9 to 5, if we struggle with 9 to 5, we can help each other, and disabled people support each other on YouTube and things like that. 15, again, hope to focus on my goals, like my dreams for Italian football and Celtic, and I think I've covered Celtic already, so I'm hoping to do like Italian football and things like that. And as I said before, like political dreams, like here in the UK, we have an election on the 12th of December, which people are talking about, and also like it's Question Times on, which is a political show here in the UK for anyone watching abroad, overseas, if I get any views from overseas. Question Time's a political show where there's panelists who are asked questions by the audience, and some of them are politicians and some of them are just people with political opinions. But so because question time's on Thursday, I hope to think about my political ambitions and like maybe even make my own manifesto if I can, things like that, or 30 things I would do politically, or policies just generally and all that. Obviously, as I say, have to be kept. I know not everyone's going to agree, but I hope people can, if they do disagree, can disagree amicably. 16. Again, I hope to look at my dreams for Italian football and things like that. As I say, club team football. I know I mentioned that a few times, but I really hope I can make that video, which I've been thinking about. And I know I've done some for Celtic already, but possibly thinking if I could, looking into if I can do any more for Celtic as well. 17, hope to like use my imagination, write stories and write ideas and all that, more stories and things like that. Possibly do more stories on YouTube if I can. Or videos without, as I've talked about before, like doing ones that don't have lists. I think I've done a few where they're not just based on lists. Maybe I'll ask permission from YouTubers and sort of do reaction videos to. But obviously, I want to make sure that I'm not making any copyright infringements or anything like that. 18, as I say, I hope to spread positive vibes and look at how I can make the world a better place. Hopefully, or at least try to. Like, say, for instance, a lot of my YouTube videos are about raising money specifically for disadvantaged people or that sort of thing. Maybe making videos like that just fundraise for disabled people or people with just disadvantages, people from poor backgrounds and things like that, and also look at positive affirmations, positive memories and things like that. 19, unfortunately, I'll probably have to do a bit of sweeping and tidying up. I was going to say 1 p.m., which is 1300 hours or whatever you call it, is the time I'll sweep up, because that's like an unlucky number, but it's something I have to do probably to make my family happy at least. I know I have a lot of quirky ways, but and people might say that cleaning or tidying up is a good thing because it's something you should do to keep yourself active positively. I don't know what you think about that, but I know people might look down on some of my hoarding issues. That's one of the reasons why I don't always like to have guests or things like that, because I have some embarrassing hoarding issues and things like that. So it's quite difficult, and I'm particular about keeping things and things like that, which is generally what hoarding is. But yeah, I like to keep things in a certain way, or I like to make use of them. I don't like to throw things away because I always think maybe you can make a use of it somehow. But I hope to find ways to give them charity and stuff like that. As I've talked about before, like sometimes artists from Africa can sort of use what other people see as trash, they can use for treasure. And things like that. So, and point 20, just do as much as I can. Unfortunately, there's only 24 hours in a day, but I hope to do as much as I can. Yes, I would like to plan these videos a bit better, but sometimes I struggle with planning or organising myself. But as ever, I'd love to hear what you think and any ideas for improvement. But I know I've had a few suggestions like using cue cards, at least for a few videos, and I get used to using cue cards. So then later on, I won't have to use cue cards because I'll get so used to it. Like someone said that's quite a good idea. Like my stepdad told me I should use cue cards. I didn't really want to do it, but someone said you could at least use them for a few videos until you get used to them, and then afterwards. I remember now, it was one of my cousins who told me that, and afterwards you can stop using cue cards when you get used to recording videos, and then it would just become natural. But I do like to keep my videos live, and so like sometimes even leave the mistakes in if I can. Try not to swear because I want to keep it family friendly. For goodness sake. But I do want to keep it real as well. Like keep it, as I say, as best I can. Although in reality, like quite a lot of time I do. Sorry, my stomach was just rumbling. I don't know if you did that. But yeah, in reality, I do sort of swear and all that, so it's probably not as realistic and real as I would like it to be, perhaps. But I try and keep it unedited as much as possible. and talking as honestly as possible. Anyway, I know I'm waffling. This video is a bit long. Someone did tell me I should keep all my videos the same length, but it's probably like sometimes I have more to say than other times. But anyway, as I say, please do share your favourite songs as much as possible. Possibly, as I say, possibly a top 10 would be the best. And if enough people do that, I'll have like playlists I can play as intros for the songs. And any other feedback, I can't remember the other thing I said earlier, but anyway, peace and love. Hope everyone has a great time out there.